Norms and Roles: Following Norms to Avoid Storms and Fulfilling Roles to Reach Our Goals, by Oscar Dominguez, Hanuezel Jimenez, Jasmine Gillespie, Ramnik Duria, and Frederic Better.
Hello, PSY students, and welcome aboard. We are the Norms Group, and our tripulation is conformed by me, Oscar Dominguez,
Hanuezel Jimenez,
Frederic Better.
Ramnik Dhuria.
Before anything, we would like to ask you the big question. Have you ever imagined a world without norms, without people with roles? How would that possibly be? Can you imagine that? In this presentation, we require your help to fix a different timeline where norms don't exist. Fasten your seatbelts and wait until we arrive to this distant world. While we arrive, I'm going to explain the mission details. We are going to explore this world without norms, experience how does it look like, and understand how implementing norms will change different situations and eventually fix them. So this presentation consists of on reviewing what are norms and roles, why are they important, some types of norms, and we will finalize with a fun minigame. Spoiler, pay attention and be as fast as you can in the minigame. So what are roles? Considering sociology is the behavior expected of an individual who occupies a given social position or status. A role is a comprehensive pattern of behavior that is socially recognized, identifying and placing an individual in the society. And they are thought to fulfill one of possible tasks, like task roles, procedural, or social emotional roles. We are going to explain the most common roles found in the workplace. So once you enter a new workplace, you can identify them and you know who you can reach in a situation. The first one is the facilitator, which is often the leader of the group. The facilitator clarifies the team's objectives and makes sure every member understands their role, and often they also assign tasks. The initiators contribute to ideas and suggestions for resolving problems within the group. Arbitrators function primarily as observers. They monitor interactions and they track the progress within the group. Note takers have the critical role of recording team meetings and maintaining documentation of the activities. Coaches provide their team members with individualized support throughout the project. Coordinators, they bring people and information together to actually help them collaborate on common goals. Evaluators measure the team's progress in working toward the group objective. The compromiser recognizes when conflict occurs between team members and they formulate strategies for reaching a compromise. Gatekeepers focus on encouraging communication between group members, and the critic encourages others on their team to consider all sides of an idea or argument before concluding. Now, we are going to explain our elements to fix this timeline. Norms. Norms are rules that guides behavior among members of society or groups. They are the acceptable behavior that helps organizations and society in general to meet standards of convivence. It's something that all members should stick to create an effective and positive environment where everyone agrees to respect others while know how to treat people. Types of norms. Explicit norms are defined as those norms that are codified in formal written documents. Implicit norms are the unwritten and generally understood rules. Interaction norms specify how people communicate in the group. Procedural norms are instrumental norms addressed to agents playing a role in the normative system. Status norms are a one-time snapshot of a student performance. Achievement norms relate to standards the group sets for the nature and the amount of its work. And finally, these are the types of norm according to sociology: folkways, mores, taboos, laws, and dress codes. Folkway is a norm that stems from and organizes casual interactions. Mores are norms that structure the difference between right and wrong. Taboos are strong negative norms. They violate and results in extreme disgust. And finally, laws. They are norms that are formally inscribed at the state or federal level. So, good news. We have arrived to the world. Look at how chaotic this world looks like. It's time to fix it.
So, why are norms important? They help us know how to behave in all kinds of situations. Being aware of norms help us recognize right from wrong so that we can call people out for their unacceptable behavior and then decide how they should take responsibility for their actions. But of course, that applies to ourselves as well, so we can learn and grow from our mistakes. This knowledge and practice leads to a more functional society. Think of it like how people study for driver's license, so that they know how to drive on all types of roads and learn the signs to know what's allowed or not. First, we have folkway norms, which relates to behavioral manners for different settings. Casual, like the friends having a picnic. The co-workers are formal but still friendly, while assemblies or lectures are very formal. The friends getting together are more likely to talk over each other and have no problem repeating themselves. Coworkers can interrupt each other, but they have achievement goals, so they don't have as much time as the friends do. Now, in settings like assemblies and lectures, people are aware that patience is needed when you raise your hand because the teachers can't always answer your questions right away. Have you noticed that even in virtual meetings like Zoom, it has the raise hand option? Folkways are simply expressing your respect and politeness. It's important to show respect because imagine if people just went straight into the purpose, like, give me your money. No, you sound like a robber. Thankfully, folkways exist, so instead we say, may I please borrow some money? I'll pay you back later. Thank you. That sounds way nicer. Generally, this norm is explicit because politeness is a universal behavior. Other countries just have different forms of showing it. Oh, we've arrived at a library. Your role is coordinator. You are doing a project in the library, but your partner loses focus and starts loudly eating a cabbage. Do you A. Ask for a cabbage and join him? C. Confront your partner to make him stop? D. Re-coordinate or reorganize you and your partner's activities to make it more engaging for the both of you. Next page. We have mores, also known as morality, which are rules formed as a society, not like written laws from the government. Although there are certain consequences for certain crimes, we think discrimination is something that shouldn't need a written law for humans to know it's wrong. Respect is basic human decency. That's why we wanted to include that in this type of norm instead of the law norms later on. To add to that, words should be explicit for everyone, but understood in slightly different ways, just like how different personalities have different reasons for lying, even though lying is mainly considered wrong. Whoa, take a look at this. If you know your personality type, try looking for your statistic on this graph. If you agree with the percentage, then that proves it even more that personality does influence judgment on lies. If you don't know your personality type, that's okay. You can take a picture of the link and read the statistics on your own time, but after you do the Myers-Briggs test on 16personalities.com if you want. Now, we're going to explore the fair and unfair situations that involves discrimination, specifically racism. First up, we have Peter Nelson. He said, "You Asians think you're better than us. I don't want to be served by you lot. I've paid your wages for the last 20 years." He got his consequence. He was fined $2,450 plus $615 compensation to his victim and $4,300 costs to the prosecution. This was fairly fair, deserved. Fair punishment. Next is an unfair situation. The number of years wrongly convicted innocent people spend in jail before their release. This statistic shows that innocent black people are imprisoned 45% longer than innocent white people. This proves that Canada's criminal justice system is not all about justice. There's clearly racism. Okay, we are at a trial court. Your role is arbitrator. As a jury, you have the skills of an arbitrator. The defendant is Peter Nelson, 46 years old, married and father of 3. He racially, verbally abused a flight crew member. Is he guilty or not guilty? That's right, he is guilty, and he ended up paying thousands of dollars for his actions. Here we have taboo norms and law norms. These norms are both implicit for newcomers because not all places have these same norms. Both of these norms aim to prevent harm, whether physically and or spiritually. Respecting people and occasions is another purpose they have in common. Their difference is what they're based on. Many taboo norms are cultural or religious rules, while law norms are governmental rules. Taboo norms are seen in different parts of the world, so that means some of these rules can be wrong for some, but normal for others. Law norms are seen all around the world too, but specifically more in crime-related actions. Disobeying taboo norms result in social punishments like, "Oh, that was so disrespectful of you. You should be ashamed of yourself." On the other hand, breaking law norms result in legal consequences like jail time and crime records that future jobs can see during a background check. Some examples of law norms are either a crime act, which leads to jail time, or a violation, which has no jail time. Identity theft is a crime because the hacker can use your personal information to steal your insurance, credit card accounts, and know where you live. Super scary. Drunk driving is a crime because it often causes accidents that take away innocent lives. Plagiarism is a violation since it's not physically harming anyone, but it is dishonest, like contract cheating, where you use a third-party person, app, or website to do the work that you should be doing yourself.
Taboo norms. It is a violation of social actions based on wrong beliefs that performing such actions, which is either too scared. It has 3 types along with examples. First, religious taboo. It is something in particular religion which considers forbidden. For instance, in India, marrying outside your religion is considered unsacred, whereas in Islam, the consumption of alcohol is considered sinful. Second type is cultural taboo. There is a number of cultural taboos prevailing in and around the world. First, never wear red to a funeral in China or write a person's name in red in Korea, which is considered as cultural taboo. In France, bringing wine as a gift considered against their culture. Third, Cambodians believe that you should not take a photo of 3 people because it's a violation of their culture. Fourth, people don't cut grass in Switzerland on Sunday. Fifth, in Thailand and Arab countries, Never point your shoes to another person. The third type is food and drinks taboo. In Brazil, eating predatory fish will considered as food taboos because they think that they feel ill when they eat fish.
We've made it to the third location, a group member's house. Your role is initiator. Your partner was about to pay a website to write the essay portion of your group project. As the initiator, you redirect your partner into writing the essay yourselves. Which norm did you avoid breaking?
What are dress code norms? Dress code norms are a set of rules regarding how individuals should dress themselves in order to be aligned with society's expectations. However, these norms are becoming outdated in our current world and can actually be damaging to one's identity. Female dress code norms. Girls are often sexualized for items of clothing they may wear, such as cropped shirts or short skirts. This can lead to sexual harassment or even assault. Fashion is an expression of identity and should in no way be associated with a girl's sexuality. In many cases, men will claim that a girl was asking for it based on what she was wearing. Clothing does not permit any form of sexual violence towards women, and this way of thinking should not be accepted in our society. Male dress code norms. Boys are generally expected to dress in a way that is perceived as masculine and tough. For instance, wearing a tank top that exposes their muscles. Otherwise, they are seen as too soft and can even be characterized as gay. In the past, males have been shamed for expressing emotions as they are supposed to be strong and fearless. This is strongly associated with the way they dress, as clothing plays a major role in one's identity. So, men often feel that they have to hide their emotions and dress according to how society has conditioned them to be.
Our last location, school. Your role is gatekeeper. A quiet boy in your group is being bullied for wearing a skirt instead of pants, which is against the norm in this school. To encourage him to speak up, you want to break the school's dress code norm too. As a girl or boy, what will you wear? Remember to choose the option opposite to the school's norm. Yay! We've solved the issue at the last location. Let's use this checklist to see if we're ready for the game. First, we discovered what norms and roles are. Norms are behavior rules that help people operate in society. Roles are tasks that are fulfilled to maintain responsibility. It also makes people feel ownership for the duties they've been put in charge of. Second, we learn to understand the types of norms, such as folkways, mores, taboos, laws, and dress codes. We notice that the purpose of these norms is to respect different occasions and different people's culture, belongings, ideas, and lives. Finally, we recognize right from wrong in various situations. Folkways teach us to be polite instead of rude. Taboos teach us what's forbidden in other cultures, while law norms tell us what criminals would do, which we are not. Mores is about what's fair and unfair, like how that racist guy got what he deserved, but Canada's criminal justice system is actually unjust to those innocent black people. Additionally, dress codes are also unfair and sexist. However, we were able to use skills from roles to help us improve the outcome of different situations. What? What the heck? Wait, what is that? Oh, what the? Hold on. It's a message from Earth. They said they're happy that you guys implemented their norms and they wanted to thank you guys. We're really proud of you, class. Now, Captain Oscar will lead you in a game.